Hey, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of June, 2020. It's 5:37 a.m. local here in Vietnam. This is a look at my 12-hour high probability charts, and there was a bit of action this morning. The new candle was at 4 a.m. when I got up, and it took a while to wait for the spreads to come in and also update the spreadsheet and the chart. So let's get into it. Fair bit, as I said. This is my 12-hour watch list. This is trading view. This is what I'm currently doing my analysis on. On the right is all the pairs I'm trading. They're highlighted in orange. It means I'm going to talk about them in this video. Blue means I've got trades on. No highlight, no trades. So they're all the pairs I'm looking at on the 12-hour chart. So let's get stuck into it. All right, first cap off the rank. Aussie, New Zealand, that's what we're looking at the moment. As I always say, you can pause the video if you can't understand me or if I'm talking too quick or English is not your strong point. Pause the video, read my notes. I normally keep pretty good notes. S1 means sequence 1, S2 sequence 2. Where they are marked on the chart is where they commence. There could be multiple trades on the same candle. Cells are designated by a red vertical dashed line and a solid red horizontal line. Stop losses are these red dotted lines. So as you can see, sequence 1 is a cell, so that's this one up here. It's normally in some sort of order from left to right and top down, generally. Not always, but I try to do it that way. So sell, what I've done this morning is I've moved my stop down on that to just above these highs here. So that's the first thing I've done. Then there's a new sell signal in here, which is not a standalone sell signal. So all it is a hedge to protect sequence 2. So sequence 2 started with a buy, had a hedge sell, then a second buy. Now all I've done is taken a second hedge sell. This is this one here this morning. Overall break even is this yellow line. That's for all trades. So you can see it's not a target, but if prices drop off the cliff, then great, I'm sweet. But generally, no, that's not what I'm aiming for on the overall, unless it's really close. It just gives me a target, that's all. So if you see red trend lines, it's bearish divergence. If you see green trend lines, it's bullish divergence, either confirmed or possibly setting up. This green line here is just a big number. In this case, it's parity, 1.0000. All these trades are recorded on the shared spreadsheet. That's been running since the 3rd of February this year on most of these pairs. I've added a few pairs along the way. So there's a link to that spreadsheet. It's in Google Drive. The link is in the description of the video. So everyone's more than welcome to check that out. So yeah, so plenty of transparency. All right, so that's Aussie, New Zealand. Let's move on. EUROCHF. This thing's going nowhere quickly on sequence 2. Sort of stuck in a range. These blue lines they're just trend lines I sometimes draw to show support and resistance, stuff like that. This thing's range bound, so sequence 2 is a sell. Now, generally I take my sells when the MACD Platinum, which is this indicator here, is above the 0 level. And when it goes through the 0 level, I'm looking to protect my positions because generally I'm looking to buy when it's below the 0 level. So this sequence 2 is just meandered sideways. Things gone below the 0 level. Time to take some action. So this morning I just closed half for a couple of dollars, $2.71, and put a stop in place. So close 0.1, put a stop in place, so I can't lose overall on that trade. It's all very tight, all very messy, all very sideways, so nothing to get too excited about. Let's push my overall break even all the way down here, but sequence 1's currently hedged, so what I'm looking for now is a buy on sequence 1, and depending on what happens with sequence 2, that could either be closed out or a sequence 3 could be started, so I can get pretty busy pretty quick. Euro Swiss franc. Another one multiple Right, sequence one's this sell up here, which is going well. All I've done is move my stop down on that this morning, down to this, just above this high here. I've drawn this trend line in here. The buy was taken up here on sequence 2. You can see the MACD Platinum's a long way below the zero level. The buy was taken there and it's just gone straight against me. But you can see these green and red dots. They're my buy and sell signals. They're just a combination of the MACD Platinum and another indicator called the QQE Advance, which is not displayed on my chart. But when the QQE Advance has a cross and it's in sync with the MACD Platinum, it produces these green and red dots on the price chart. That's just called a QMP filter. It just makes my life a little bit easier. So here's the last dot, QMP filter dot, which is a buy, and it's remained valid throughout. So I've just drew this trend line down across the highs. And don't get too pedantic or about these trend lines. They're just got to be in a general spot. You know, as long as you draw them the same each time, doesn't matter. I just generally draw them across the bodies of the candles. Doesn't really worry me. So I took a buy up here. Now prices sort of come down and then push back up, and it's just pushed through the trend line. So to me, it's a higher risk trade, but what I've done this morning is taken a second buy. You can read it here. Taken on trend line break. Gives me a break even for those two trades in sequence 2 at this yellow dashed line. So where it commences, it shows you which sequence it's on. Overall break even is just above price at the moment for all three trades. MACD Platinum's still a long way below the zero level, so quite happy to have a go at this. It's a higher risk when you do that because it doesn't give you much protection to the downside. Right, Euro USD. And just for your information, the three MAs you see are a 50 EMA, 100 EMA, and 240 LMA. So I just use them on all the charts. Doesn't really matter what MAs you use. It just gives you an idea which way trend is. You know, you could trade without them. I just have them on the chart. And a lot of times too, I like to see price come back to them. See, in this case here, this is the Euro USD. It's got up to this resistance level. Couldn't break this previous high over here. Pull back and I like to see it touch that or get very close to the MAs. In this case, it has. Green trend line here is showing hidden bullish divergence. Now, if you watch my videos, you know I love my hidden divergence. So I've got price bouncing off the 50 and the hidden bullish divergence, taking a buy there on the Euro USD this morning. So that's all good setup. May not work out, but it's a good setup. Pound yen, right, similar sort of thing. Price is a bit ugly, a bit sideways. You can see the MAs are really tight. Again, hidden bullish divergence, buy signal this morning, already in a sell. So I've done two things this morning. I've closed another 0.1 of this sell trade. This was a multiple sell trade. I had a sell, hedge buy, a second sell. So you can see previous trades also closed. Closed another 0.01. That gave me $61.63, which has been added to the total. Left my stop where it is, no dramas. So it gives me a partial hedge on this new buy. So a new buy was taken. And because I'm net plus 0.01, as long as price, geez, I have trouble saying that word. Price stays above this yellow line, I'm in profit both trades. So it's looking good. So it's a long way down here and we're going all right. So the MACD Platinum's a long way below the zero level. We're locking in profit on the sell. We've got a buy on, so it's all good. Pound USD. This is one of my, oh no, this is all right. It's a daily chart. It's giving me grief. Right, similar. There's a very strong theme here. Hidden bullish divergence. Same. I know sometimes people have a bit of trouble spotting the hidden bullish divergence, and it's a little bit ugly in places like this. But that lines up. Keep in mind that the lows are generally the green dots, and that's in here. And so it's on price with hidden bullish divergence. It's higher lows on price and lower lows on the oscillator or the MACD Platinum. So just taking the buy here, It's in the MAs, all very tight. New Zealand CAD, similar theme, similar story. Look, I'm not totally convinced on this one. It's a valid signal. It's hidden bullish divergence, same again. Price probably hasn't come back to the MAs close enough. You can see there's a bit of a gap there, and it's been going sideways for a bit, this thing. And I think there's a pretty decent sort of, it's a bit of a level here, you know, like if you look left on the chart there, it's, follow my crosshairs across there. It's having problems breaking this high, so it's just something you've got to be aware of. But it's a valid signal for me, so I'm taking it, and it's a buy. All right, finally, USDCAD, another higher. All right, I'm in a buy here, and this sort of went up, and I've got a stop in place. So that's sequence one. Price is very close to that stop. Then I took a sell. I think I was a little bit late on the entry there. 12 hours late on the entry. I didn't see because the red dot's behind the trend line there. So I was a bit late. Doesn't matter. So I took a sell, and it's gone against me, and I've drawn this trend line, and the sell signals remain valid. We've clearly broken this trend line this morning, so I'll just make it a little bit bigger. So we've clearly broken this trend line in the last 12 hours. So I've taken a second sell, just about on the same price as the first sell, and overall break even for all three trades is up above price, which is good because we're net minus 0.06. So as long as we stay below that, and the overall break even for the two sells is just about at my entry. So it's probably a bit stupid taking the second sell trade, but I like to try these trend line breaks, and they sometimes work out nicely. And the MACD Platinum's still a long way above the zero level, so it's not too shabby at all. All right, that's it for the charts, guys. That was a fair bit of action this morning on the 12 hours, and there was a bit of action on the daily, and I'm doing some other multi-time frame stuff on 4, 6, 8, 12, and daily charts on some other pairs, and there was a fair bit of action on that too, so I'm going to be busy tidying up things for the next hour or so. If you do like the videos, please hit the subscribe button, or if nothing else, hit the like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks to everyone that subscribes already. And everyone's more than welcome to join the JAGfx private Facebook group, where I go into more on the daily charts, etc. So thanks for watching, and I'll probably chat to you later today, possibly. Cheers.